What is up, peeps? Coach Kev from the Porch. Happy Sunday morning to you. NFL today, of course. There's a game at 9:30 in, I think, Germany. So, get to watch some of that. We got Brooks' house under construction, man. It looks like the scene from the Money Pit when the plumbers are there. How long is this going to take? 2 weeks. Hopefully by the end of next week, we're all situated over there. But, you know, once you start opening walls in an old house, especially in the bathroom, you're going to find shit that's fucked up. And people just did whatever back in the day. But at the end of the day, if that's the worst that we have to deal with, we're way ahead of the game. So, a lot going on. So, I've been listening to a lot of Delphi stuff, but we've been busy packing over here and stuff like that. We got some very interesting content coming up here, probably beginning of December. It has nothing to do with true crime or YouTube or anything like that, but I think it'll be cool. I always try to share, you know, life experiences with you and make my channel as authentic as I can. That's important to me. You guys really know who I am, whether you like me or don't. That's fine either way, but you get me. Delphi, right? A lot of people yesterday were thinking about maybe a verdict. Some people reported it. Richard Allen was there. Both sets of attorneys were there. Because anytime the jury has questions or wants to see additional evidence, it's everyone's right to be there, as it should be. We found out yesterday they wanted some of Rick's confession tapes in the Bridge Guy video, and I can't think of anything they were doing other than comparing voices there. Where does that leave us? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I think anyone that's guessing right now, unless they're really, you know, big time law dogs, could only guess how long a verdict takes. I know we had a case here where a police officer shot an unarmed teenager in the back as he was running away, and the verdict was back in an hour and a half, and he was not guilty because of the state law, the fleeing felon law, which I think is a draconian law. I think we need to get rid of it, but we still have it. So if the police officer thinks that you committed a felony and you're fleeing, whether you're armed or not, whether your back's facing him or not, he can kill you in Pennsylvania. And I don't think that's a good law. I don't think it's a fair law to anybody, including the police. But that's really my own experience with that. As soon as they came back, they said it's going to be not guilty. It's quick. You know, this is a double murder trial of 2 children. People compare to Scott Peterson think 9 days. So I'm not even going to guess. I don't know what they're thinking, how long it's going to take. I didn't expect it to be a day or two, regardless of adjudication. Now, the longer you go, the better chance you have at a hung jury, I believe. We would hear that. They would come back and tell the judge, hey, we're held up here. A couple holdouts for one way or the other. The judge could say go back, I think, up to 4 times. I think that's the judge's prerogative. If they come back and say we're hopelessly deadlocked, you know, what's the number? Is it, you know, 6-6? That's a problem. Is it 10-2 or 11-1? And then they'll handle that based on that. Appreciate everyone covering the case. A lot of people were out at the courthouse yesterday supporting their various causes, which is the United States of America. You can do that. I think people could support their various causes without trying to antagonize others, but there's been nothing that's happened there, so I'm very happy with that. No one's done anything, you know, way off the rails yet. People video other people. Free country. You could do that. The police, both sides, pro-defense and pro-prosecution, have both said the police have been really great. Even the people that have attacked the police before and said, oh, the police are corrupt, have complimented them and said, hey, they've been really cool. Maybe some progress is being made there. All cops aren't good cops, but by and large they are. I can tell you that for 23 years of working with them. They don't want anything to happen either, believe me. They don't want to have to put hands on anyone. They don't have to arrest anybody. They don't want to have to do any of that. They'd rather just, you know, de-escalate and things like that. And I'm really proud of the way that a lot of people have acted there. They have problems with other people, but they've kind of put that aside for this. So at least there's a little bit of integrity going on there from everybody, and I do appreciate that. I think that makes everyone on YouTube look good. If anything happens, it's to make everyone on YouTube look bad, because people lump everyone in together, right or wrong. It doesn't make a difference. Interesting. We could think all we want about the jury, and I pondered this quite a bit, and I can't come up with, you know, what they're exactly doing. I'm not going to tell you, oh, it's going to be this or it's going to be that. You know, at the end of the day, I told you this, both sides left a lot to be desired for me. They never told us where Richard Allen was. They didn't put his wife on the stand because I think that would have been the question. Where was he during these hours? We know that Richard Allen didn't tell his wife that he was on the bridge, per that interview whenever they arrested him. Hey, how did your bullet get there? Why didn't you tell me you're on the bridge? Now, why wouldn't he tell his wife he was on the bridge? He told her he went to the trails, but didn't tell her he was on the bridge. Again, that piece of evidence doesn't mean he's guilty. But to a reasonable person, if you add that in with everything else, how does that stack up? And we don't know what these people are like. And remember, the jury, and remember, they're in a vacuum. Hopefully, they're not watching news. They're not watching podcasts of any type, including mine. I hope they're not watching. But they're in a vacuum. So that's how it is, right? That's the jury system. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close to being perfect. But, Hidden True Crime's done a great job. Pat Brown has come up with a couple really good things, and she's very critical in the investigation, as I am too, especially early on. We'll go back to that John Douglas quote. This should have been in a couple days. Richard Allen, if he's the guy, and I think he's the guy, if it's a couple days later, he has less time to destroy anything, right? Less time to get anything out of anywhere, excuse me, or that type of thing. But they don't go back and get him for 5 years. Better late than never, maybe. But when a defense makes a case and there's two good defense attorneys like Allen has, it could be a coin flip at this point. So at the end of the day, whatever the jury adjudicates, I'll respect that verdict. That's how we do things in this country. We could still believe that, hey, maybe Richard Allen did this, but the jury of his peers said he didn't do it. So at that point, you leave him go. He got to live his life. I don't know if he'll move away or what they'll do. But, there's one thing about this country is that vigilante justice isn't accepted. If I could quote, I'm going to surmise a quote because I don't want to screw it up, a hateful eight. Frontier justice, though it might be very quenching, is very apt to be wrong. So this is what we have in this country, and it's a great system, and it isn't perfect by no means, but would ask people, I'm not going to ask people. You do what you want to do. I'm going to respect the verdict and move on. And as I already started talking, Kathy had a nice post on Facebook about Flora, and I think those girls need to be next up. We need to find out what happened there. We need to put pressure on whoever, the local government, the police, somebody. We need clues. We need hints. We need someone to come forward there, whoever they are. And even if there's, telling on a family member or something like that, that case needs adjudicated. The longer you get from the crime to an arrest, the harder it is to prosecute that. So hopefully everybody, kind of goes to that and gets justice for Galen and for her girls. That would be my hope anyway. And that's what I'm going to do. So people do what they like, but that's what I'm going to focus on. If Allen is adjudicated guilty, I'm sure there'll be some kind of appeals, and they'll go after appeals and stuff like that. People say it's unconstitutional for him to be held in a prison before he's adjudicated guilty. I agree with you. However, it's not unconstitutional. It seems like it is, but they do this thing. They do these things because they don't have the capacity to keep them safe or whatever. And I think that sucks too. But that's the rule. So you got to write your congressman, call them. Hey, we need to change this. One of the great things that might come out of this, if I'm hearing correctly, is what may be called possibly Libby and Abby's law, which means people that get confidential discovery and share it are going to face a lot stricter charges than what Mitch Westerman faced. Listen to that. It's early. Faced, which was conversion or something like that, which sounds like a van. I don't know. So hopefully that comes out. We have some despicable, reprehensible people sharing the crime scene photos on Twitter and all over the place. Hundreds of people have reported them, but I don't know if there's anything that could be done to them, unfortunately. I would consider it child pornography, whether you block things out or not. But those are sick fucking people. You're not going to save those people. They're always going to be sick fucks. We knew about the one guy with whatever his channel is. I'm not even going to say it. But he's a jamoke. what are you going to do, right? At the end of the day, people are going to meet their maker, or the universe, however you want to put it, will take vengeance and will level that, and will even that score. So we don't need to do anything. We need to just sit back and watch. Some people call it karma, whatever you believe. There'll be a judgment day for all those folks that would share these things, especially now. What's your point of sharing it now? You know, there's people on Twitter, and again, they've been reported. I don't know if anything will happen to them or not, but legally, but there'll be a call to judgment for those folks, and we just sit back and watch it happen. You live your life right, you don't got to worry about that. The ball is going to bounce your way more times than not. But if you're living your life wrong, when that ball hits, it's going to bounce against you more times than not. And that's just how this whole world, universe works. I don't know the exact specifics of it, but that's what I've seen in my life, and that's what I believe. So, you know, hopefully everyone continues to, if you don't like someone at the courthouse, just walk past them. You know, everyone's there, so far respecting the process, voicing their opinion, which is the American thing to do. Either way, whatever you want to do. But, you know, people are still on some of these crazy theories. The family, the video's fake. Maybe the fucking bridge is fake. Maybe all this is fake. Those are ludicrous, and those have been debunked. Debunked. Unless the defense attorneys are part of the Richard Allen 102-man conspiracy. You understand it can't be both ways. They know that that's bullshit. We know that that's bullshit, but some people want to cling to that. Look at that. My battery's really low, and as soon as my battery got low, it switched to the other camera. So we got leaves on the ground. So I'm going to have to get out of here because I didn't charge my phone last night. I was up too late watching college football. But I'm going to leave you guys to it. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe if you thought it was good. If you think my video sucked, let me know in the comments and keep it real. I'm going to say tentacles. And drink coffee out of Brooks Flowery cup. That's actually deer and flowers, if you can see that. I'm no kind of hunter, though. I have guns, but I don't hunt. And hopefully everyone has a great Sunday. And Veterans Day tomorrow, I'll do a little thing for that. We need to do a better job taking care of our veterans. 1,000,000%. We all got to do better. I don't care who the president is or who's in. We got to take care of those men and women that did that. But hopefully everything continues smoothly. Hopefully we have a verdict one way or the other, and the families can move on as best that they can, and everyone else can, and get into your next case on here. But I'm going to leave you guys to it. Love all my subs, all the people that comment. You want to bring the family stuff in here? You can, but I'm just going to flick you off like a fly and leave it to you. We'll argue about the evidence at hand. If you think Alan's innocent, we're good. We can debate that like adults. But if you're going to bring the family stuff in it, you've already been proven wrong. There's no sense in going back on it. So we'll just leave it at that. All right. And pray for the Patties, the Williams, the Germans. And I also, too, will pray for Richard Allen's family, mother, his wife. I don't think she's involved in this in any way, shape, or form. I think she was conned, my 2 cents, my opinion, by a con man, for lack of a better term, who tried to exert control through victimism. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? All right, peeps, I'm going to leave you to it. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Coach Kevin.